Hi Taurus, welcome to Essence Reflections Tarot. My name is Krista. This is your reading for the week of May 27th to June 2nd, 2019. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe and also the notification button so that you can be notified when your next reading comes out. Okay, let's get started. So physically, you have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Emotionally, the Knight of Swords. Mentally, the Seven of Swords in reverse. And spiritually, the Hanged Man in reverse. So it looks like you're coming out of crisis. You were in a crisis, but that's lifting for you right now. And emotionally, you are in a go, go, go position. You are, well, maybe your thinking is really driving your emotions and driving them into a lather at the moment. And mentally, you were in a place of deception where you were deceiving yourself, maybe where you weren't being quite honest with yourself about something. But that is changing, and you are actually starting to see what's real and what's true. And I would believe it's connected to what's happening for you physically. And this has given you a new freedom and a new sense of possibility emotionally that you didn't have before. But the major shift for you is happening spiritually, but I think that maybe that's a bit underground for you. Maybe all of this happening is taking your attention away from what's really going on here spiritually. And with this moving away from illusion and moving away from deception, now there's a new possibility for you to connect to your inner self and to the part of you that is divine and the part of you that is sacred in a way that you are not familiar with. This being in reverse speaks of turning things on their head and thinking of things in a completely, and experiencing your spirituality in a way that is completely different for you, perhaps in a way that's actually moving towards being more embodied. Whereas you had a crisis physically, but you are finding an answer spiritually, and it has brought, well, it will be bringing more comfort to you. And maybe you're not feeling that at this point, or maybe you do, but there's kind of a frenetic activity here, and that may be what is keeping this reversed and keeping this from really sinking in and settling down. So what I'm really getting is that for you this week, the key would be to really allow yourself to connect to this, and really to connect to a sense of gratitude. That's really the key for you this week. Gratitude is not frenetic and it's not hurried, and gratitude that this has passed, rather than punishing yourself or being upset with yourself for having deceived yourself. We all do the best that we can with what we have, and sometimes in order to survive, we need to tell ourselves stories that maybe later on become less helpful, and then at that time later on, when we know better, then we can change, and then we can start seeing things for what they truly are. And as your thinking changes, there may be a real drive towards making changes physically. And it may be a good idea to actually meditate. I'm getting meditation here. I don't know if you're a meditator, but it's coming through pretty strongly to meditate before making those physical changes, and to really sit with them and feel what it would be like to make those changes before you move forward with them, so that what's changed for you here, when it comes out physically and when it works its way through to the physical, so that it's not just a reactionary quick decision, it's more of a response that you've digested and looked at and decided consciously what you want to do, rather than just reacting and moving. I hope that this has resonated for you. I really appreciate you tuning in this week. If you would like to be notified of when your next reading is coming out, please click subscribe and also the notification button. And if you would like a more in-depth reading with me, my link to my website is in the description below. Thanks again, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.